we're just looking forward to the weekend. But before the break, a few people have been on saying, tell us about who were the people that maybe in the dressing room you mentioned, the ones that you wouldn't want to cross. It's different. We're talking the context of today.
There's quite a few. I mean, I had a right few ding dongs, I'll be honest with you.
Give us one.
But there's one guy that I kind of arm's length, I wasn't too sure. It was Big Dado Purser. I didn't want to mess about with him.
Why?
Oh, he just a nut job. But I liked him. He was like a fiery character. But I wouldn't like to meet him down a dark alley. So I kind of watched what I was saying with Dado. But you always had ding dongs in training. That was just part of it. That was just a group of players who they trained the way they wanted to play. And that's when generally you get that, I think you get a successful team. Like I had one which came to my head, Perini. We were training, we were in a box, 5 against 2. I passed it to him. I thought it was a good pass, as you generally do. And obviously he didn't move. It was about 2 inches to the side. And the bib got thrown to me, and I'm like, I'm not going in. Threw it to him, and he threw it back, and I was like, I'm not going in. And then we went for each other. And then get sent home in the minibus. Jimmy Bell took us back, me and Sergio. He's down the front, I'm up the back, no talking to each other. And then we get sent to Ibrox at that time because we didn't have the training ground. And then get in a shower, and that was it, finished. Shook each other's hands, over and done with. Wow. That's the way it's got to be done, Paul. It was just 2 committed guys who just weren't willing to take responsibility to go into the box. Dick Advocaat sent us back home. Wasn't happy with us, but listen, by the time the team come back, we'd sorted it out between each other, teammates, and then we got on with it.
Love it. Peter, you must have had a few Barneys as well. Give us one of them.
I had a few.
It's great to hear the insight.
A lot in the dressing room. A lot. Probably every day, Paul. There was near enough an argument or a scuffle. You know what I mean? And I played with some characters. Big Mick one comes to mind because
Mick McCarthy.
Because it was quite funny actually. We're both in the same team, and we're playing the game. And as Barry rightfully says, there, all our training sessions were the exact same, probably as Rangers were. It was full on. You know what I mean? It was smashing into tackles, you name it. You wanted to win. You just had to have that every day. So that was every day. And one of these times the balls came to me and somebody shouted over, which is usually a free kick. I've let it go, but it's went to the opposition. And I think it was, God rest him, the good Tommy Burns. And Big Mick said something, and I went, shut up, you balloon. You know, the usual Glasgow batter back to him, you know what I mean? Gave him that one. You know, blah, blah, and he's going for me. He's came for me and I've went for him, and Tommy, God rest him, gets in between us and pulling the twos apart. And Big Billy says to us, right, used to, down the road, I'm sick of used to, you know, blah, blah, blah. Sends us down the road. But little did they realise that me and Mick always travelled together up to training. So the two of us get out of the car, and we're walking over to the car with an arm round each other, and we're beating the horn to the boys, waving at us. We're getting sent down for like 2 school kids for Barrafield. And that was the way it was. It was never ever 10 out. You would never leave a dressing room, and I'm talking about after games or whether in the training field, no matter what had went on, you never walked out that dressing room before it was sorted. That was the sort of characters that I was lucky enough to play with. Whether it was a captain bringing you together or just the 2 guys getting back together saying to each other, you were never allowed to leave the training ground or the stadium without talking to each other, never made back on keel, because it was never allowed to go and fester, that's for sure.